Alright, so this video is to give a brief sort of explanation to what is spiritual fit check. I feel like sometimes I'm like so self-explanatory, or I feel like I'm understood, and then sometimes I'm like, actually, that's just kind of in my head. I don't ever give full picture things, and I think for a lot of people, the transition from seeing me as a trainer, talking about nutrition, sports therapy, all of a sudden it may be a little shocking. They're like, what is this spirituality stuff coming from? And it may seem like there's some instant transformation, but this has actually all been, everything that I'm teaching or talking about or promoting or going to be coaching on has been a part of my life for a very, very, very long time. And it's been bigger and smaller at various points in my life. So the big thing about walking away from Kaizen was specifically because I'm being called, and it's been in my heart for so long, to talk about things that I'm really sort of having to exclude outside of just being a fitness professional and the gym as a brick and mortar location. Like, it's fitness based, it's therapy based. So all these other concepts and aspects of health and wellness don't really fit, and they never really have fit. So over the years of having the business, they've sort of been drowned out of my news feeds and out of my personal expression and even out of my personal life to an extent. And it got to a point where that just wasn't working for me. It wasn't working for me professionally and personally. And I made the decision that, I'm pursuing this full time. I've got this bigger calling and this bigger purpose, and it's to help a lot of people with reframing things around fitness and spirituality and everything. So basically, in a nutshell, what Spiritual Fit Chick is, what the brand is, what the purpose and the mission is the world is so full of like extremes. It's like black or white, this or that. And in fitness, so many avenues are like very superficial based. It's all about kind of hating your body and pushing your body and never sleeping, never resting, not missing a day, and it doesn't really work for a lot of people. And so people are either on track, off track, or struggling and yo-yo dieting. So there's a part that wants to reframe and restructure the approach of fitness from a much more from a place of self-love and acceptance, where exercise becomes something you do to honor your body and nurture your body and take care of your body. And that not only helps you achieve health, but you can be in the best shape of your life. And if you don't work on those other things, if you don't work on the mental aspect and loving yourself and appreciating yourself, you can still be just as miserable as somebody who may have 100 pounds to lose. So that's really the foundation of health and fitness to me. Is it coming from a place of self-love and appreciation and honoring your body? And then where the spiritual aspect comes in, and spirituality is a word that, again, I almost kind of forget. To me, that means so many millions of awesome things, and I forget that, some people in traditional roles, maybe they're not so familiar with that word or what that even means. And it doesn't mean that you prescribe to a specific like protocol or religious doctrine. Spirituality is like literally whatever the magic of the universe, of the world is, if you want to call that God, if you want to call that source, the universal energy, if you believe, whatever sort of dynamic of a higher power that you believe in, that's spirituality. And that's the reason that I use that term and I identify with that term, because I don't think that there's any like exclusion of your belief or the way you connect with God and somebody else's. Like, I think as long as it's based from a place of love, that's the most important thing. And there's so many practices, from prayer to meditation to journaling to charity work and everything, that those don't have to fit in a specific like religious mold. So on the spiritual side, it's just about encouraging these different deeper practices that help you tune into a bigger purpose in life, whether that's professionally, whether that's athletically, or just getting in tune with your own body for your health and your vitality. So there's so many psychological, spiritual components of life that the fitness industry sort of excludes because it's superficial. And then the spiritual world, I feel like as you progress down a spiritual path, sometimes it gets so up here in your enlightened conscious self that it almost like tries to disconnect you from your body, because your body is just this thing. But I don't really prescribe to that train of thought either, because whether we are spiritual beings and have a spirit and a soul or not, like we're dwelling in bodies while we're on earth, and our bodies are amazing things that we should be taking care of and nurturing to experience life in its full capacity. So back to that whole extreme thing, spiritual fit chick is bridging. You know, everything that I do, if you've ever had a conversation with me, I am always about bridging extremes to create this really cool merging of methodologies and philosophies and protocols and programs and everything, because to me, like, life is so expansive and there's so many amazing things that you can experience if you're open-minded and you blend and you find exactly what works for you, instead of trying to be in this club or this club or this club or only be this. So that's what I'm going to be teaching, talking about so many things that are taboo in the fitness industry, from periods and, you know, things like that, to sexuality and sensuality, to movement, to prayer, meditation, chanting, manifestation, very unconventional ways of health management, and just all kinds of stuff, because health and fitness and wellness goes so much deeper than just the supplements that you're taking, the food that you're eating, and the way you're training. Even though those are sort of the foundation, when those things are in place, all these other things can sort of blossom so much better. But yeah, it's just a blending. It's a blending of a lot of really awesome elements in life, bringing in a lot of expansiveness and hopefully encouraging and helping a lot of people tune into some really awesome parts of life that traditional fitness avenues and traditional spiritual avenues and traditional like self-help avenues are not all encompassing of. So that is a little bit about Spiritual Fit Chick and what you can expect in the future. The brand is up and running now, but of course I'm still in Nashville running the gym, and you're not going to see that in its full grand spectrum until probably early next year. But I just wanted to make this video in case you guys were curious about this Spiritual Fit Chick thing and wondering what the heck is going on in my life and with these businesses. So that is it. If you have any questions, just ask below and I'll be happy to answer. See ya.